Ladies and gentlemen, Psalms 50, verse 16 and onward says, "But to the wicked God says, What have you to do to declare my statutes, or that you should take my covenant in your mouth, seeing that you hate instruction, and cast my words far away from you? When you saw a thief, then you contended with him, and have been a partaker with adulterers. You give your mouth to evil, and your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your own brother. You slander your own mother's son. These things you have done, and I kept silence. And you thought I was just like you. But I will reprove you and set those things in order before your eyes. Now consider this, you that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you. Who offers praise, they glorify me. And to he that orders his conversation aright, will I show the salvation of God." The salvation of God is Jesus. You can't praise God if you're not bringing glory to him. And praising God is not just mouth service. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing that's very interesting is a lot of people think that wicked people, they're not brought to judgment. But if anybody knows about yin and yang, we know to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. You reap always what you sow. So let's get into Wonder Woman. As you can see here, Wonder Woman is shown before you here from the Justice League movie. I like the look on her face. It's an all-knowing kind of look. A look of someone who's been around for at least a millennia. And that person's seen everything, and seeing this other person developing before them, being able to become a team player, to galvanize a team together. I guess you see a bit of pride. You see a little bit of almost someone as a mentor sitting back watching the mentee develop. All sort of appreciation and pride within that face. So I thought it was a pretty awesome look I saw from Wonder Woman there. Here's a distressful look as she comes to the realization that Earth is being invaded, or has been invaded, and now the invasion is in its next phase. This is when she's at the Louvre. I thought it was pretty awesome. I love this look of Wonder Woman as well. This came from Empire magazine earlier this year. And the look is one of wonder and still a certain degree of knowledge and knowing in it. So I thought these are all awesome pictures. And then Alison Tabitha, she did, as you can see in front of you here, she did a transformation into Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, which she did a pretty fine job doing that. Look at her here. And you can see here that the costuming is pretty much on point. It's pretty cool. And here she is as a normal, everyday, average person without the Wonder Woman uniform. And to me, anyway, every woman's a Wonder Woman, in my opinion. Now, Gal Gadot just recently, on Saturday hosted Saturday Night Live. At least it was aired on Saturday Night Live. I think it was live, so she hosted it live on Saturday night. And in Saturday Night Live, we got the answer to the question, is Wonder Woman queer or lesbian, or is she bisexual? And we got a very straightforward answer to that. And it was pretty interesting. McKenna and another lady from Saturday Night Live, they came to the island of Amazon looking for a queer or lesbian woman, and you know, they put up their hands, a show of queer or lesbian women, and they were the only two that put up their hands. So Gal Gadot was like, you know, we're not really that, which was pretty funny. And then eventually, she said, "Would you like me to kiss you?" So she kissed McKenna, and then she and McKenna just kind of pulled away, and they were like, "I feel nothing." And so McKenna and her partner, or not partner, her friend, who's lesbian too, but the friend, at least they're playing that role. They're both supposed to be lesbians, and the friend is not attracted to McKenna, so they're looking for their own partners. They sail off from Amazonia, and they go to the island of Lesbos. And if anybody knows, the island of Lesbos is where they say that this colony of women were lesbians. Okay? This is something I already shared with you guys a long time ago, and I explained where Wonder Woman's roots are and why I thought that Greg Rucka was wrong about Wonder Woman being bisexual or lesbian. That was just my opinion. And it seems as though this version of Wonder Woman is not a lesbian, or she's not queer, or she's not bisexual. Okay? She's not gay. Having said that, I want to talk about Wonder Woman's box office, which is the other thing I want to cover. So, it's very interesting. It is at $412,400,625 as of October the 8th, according to Box Office Mojo. That means it's very close to the 4X multiplier. That's for those interested in her box office updates. She's very, very close to the 4X multiplier. She's 3.9941, which is very, very close to that 4X multiplier. It's really tempting. I think that Warner Bros. Is going to keep it in cinemas for the rest of the fall, or as long as it will last in the cinemas for the rest of the fall. Hopefully it can break that 4X multiplier mark that I know some of you are very enthusiastic about seeing her do. Also, very interestingly enough, her worldwide box office is not that far off from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, as you can see here, the worldwide box office is $821,708,551. You go, Wonder Woman! It's now roughly about $500,000 away from breaking that box office total. It's $821,200,625. So it's really just a hairline fracture away from breaking that box office. Maybe some of you guys can go into the cinema and just give it a boost, give it a little push, so that you can actually get past that mark. I think the Japanese box office is right now about wrapping up, as well as the domestic box office. So I'm hoping that it can get past that. That would be a huge milestone. It's really just a hairline away from that, but the monies are now trickling in. I don't know if it will make it or not, but I'm rooting for it to make it. So I really want it to be the #1 superhero origin film. And for that other guy who comes to my channel all the time talking about box office, I would really like for him to see it actualize. It's only about $700,000 away from getting to that 4X multiplier. It will approximately get there within about $200,000 to $300,000 from now. I don't know if it'll make it, but it's damn near close to it. So I'm rooting for Wonder Woman to break those 2 milestones. I don't know if it will. You know, it's kind of shaky right now, but I'm hoping that it really does it. That would be huge. So we're looking forward to seeing it's damn near close to it. And I know Warner Bros. Is probably going to keep it until it could possibly do that. That would be remarkable. So guys, we'll see what happens with Wonder Woman. We'll see. Today's the 10th of October, so that means it raked in a couple more dollars. Maybe it'll make it, maybe it won't. But one thing I can say is it damn near made a good run. That's what I can say. It hasn't made, no comic book movie has made that kind of run in a while. Origin film, that is. So it's really doing well. I hope that Wonder Woman 2 does as well. And I also hope that the Justice League movie does as well because of this Wonder Woman movie. We'll see. I don't know. Which leads me to the Justice League movie. But before I do that, there is this movie coming out which talks about Charles Moulton, also known as Charles Morston, who was the creator of Wonder Woman. And I'm hoping it's not no kinky bullshit. I'm hoping it's actually some kind of substantial movie. It's coming out by Sony, and even touching on things with feminism and so on. I just hope so, because I think that would be awesome. It would be breathtaking, and it would also be something that's revolutionary. If it's not that, and it's just some kinky bullshit, then, I'm sorry I even promoted it, okay? But that's coming out, and that should be awesome. This is Charles Morston. He actually had 2 women in his lives. He had a relationship with 2 women. He had a polygamous relationship. And one he was married to, and the other one, was a common law kind of marriage. So it's very interesting, the story. We'll see how that turns out and what that means. Morston had different views, and he was a feminist. When we look at Wonder Woman in Justice League, and we see some different faces of Wonder Woman. I don't know if it is she's laughing here. I don't really know what this is about exactly. But it's kind of funny and yet charming at the same time. And Gal is pulling it off, man. She's pulling off that character really, really well. So we'll see how far she goes with that. I just thought I would show this clip here of Justice League. Here she is. We get some fill-ins. That big explosion we saw inside of the place. Wonder Woman had something to do with it. So that's very interesting. See all the school. I think this is a school of little girls, and she's defending them. I don't know exactly what she's doing there, but it looks awesome. And here we see the Justice League. They're going up to the flying fucks coming up from underground. You can see the water coming off there because they're coming up through. It looks like the flying flux is flying overhead, and they're coming up from below the river that Batman actually has his lair under. So it's really cool seeing them coming up from there to the flying fogs. The Flash's face is priceless. Dude is fanboying out big time. I mean, it's freaking priceless, okay? Oh my gosh. Flash be fanboying out straight through the movie. That's crazy. By the way, I'll try and do a trailer breakdown of the number of different trailers. I'll try and combine all the trailers into one. That is the recent ones that came out over the weekend and so on. And there's Aquaman way in front, separated from everybody else. King of the Seven Seas, by the way. Yeah, this is really awesome. I think in the trailer we actually saw 6 people there. There was 5 of them. It was Cyborg, you had Batman, you had the Flash, you had Wonder Woman, and I think Alfred was in the back. And then you had Aquaman in the front. Really interesting. But yeah, I know you can't wait. I know we can't wait to see Justice League. It looks epic. It really does. Here, this is also awesome. Now, if you pay attention, these are Vikings. You can see them with their Viking hats and swords. This is mankind. They were more Viking-like at the time in Earth's history. So there you see them, and they're charging towards freaking apocalypse here. And if you look in the ground, there's a certain part where you see the Omega symbols, a number of Omega symbols, just a ton of them over and over and over again. Really awesome what Zack Snyder did, and how they're terraforming the Earth. And that lava, man, it comes up, and I don't know if it's transforming some of these mankind, or if it's burning the shit out of them, just burning them through and through. But it seems as though it's kind of transforming them too, because you see the teeth start to kind of get longer and stuff. It's real crazy. Man, freaking apocalypse, and look at the fire coming out of the ground there and stuff. You know, the more I look at the purple stuff, it kind of blends in as I get used to it. And I don't really know what it's for. So, you know, I don't know, man. We'll see. I didn't see any purple stuff before. I think they'll tone down on the purple stuff a little bit. But it looks sick, man. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the trailer a couple times. It looks sick. So that's just my segue into Justice League. You guys, I know you love this video. Put a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, some of you can donate to my channel. Donations are very much accepted. So don't forget to donate to my channel. Just simply message my channel. I'll tell you, if it's Western Union or it's MoneyGram, you don't have to send a whole ton of money to me. Guys, it's nice when you sponsor a channel. I don't have Patreon. I don't have any digital way of really getting funds. Otherwise, I'd do it. And on top of that, I just want to say, you're going to see some breakdowns. They're not going to be very long, maybe a minute long. I may have to break it up into segments and do parts. But you guys are going to enjoy that too. Coming with that, I'm coming with more Justice League stuff. Oh, one more very important thing. That final trailer, it's the last time I'm actually going to be tuning into more Justice League stuff. I'm not going to be watching at all those clips and stuff that come closer to the movie. I think I'm just going to separate myself and be hands off on Justice League. I'll give you some updates on Wonder Woman, but I'm not really going to give you no updates on Justice League. So, sorry about that, guys, but I don't want to spoil my experience with Justice League. I don't want to hear any spoilers, nothing. The other movie I invite you guys to go out and see in your numbers is Blade Runner 2049. I haven't seen it. I'm not trying to spoil it either. I don't want to know what the movie is. I'm going to the theater this weekend to go see Blade Runner 2049. And I'll have a review of that in my next video. So, I just wanted you guys to know that. I hope you guys have a great day. You guys have a great one.